Good afternoon. Once again, welcome back to the Caribbean Princess here en route from Greenland back to the US of A. Anyhow, after 16 days of cruising, got 3 more days left on the wild seas. And I wanted to talk about some of the questions I get asked on my YouTube channel. And one of the most things I want to talk about is ask and you shall receive, but seek and you shall find. And if you don't ask, you're not receiving anything. And that goes for in the casino. So let me first start off and say this. Somebody wrote and asked, can the host and hostess, casino manager, pit bosses give you more and better comps than what you receive from the Princess Players Club? And the answer is this: they are two separate, different animals, period. The casino host on the current cruise that you are on, the casino manager, the pit bosses, any of those people can only give you things while you are on the cruise. The Princess Players Club will give you your future cruise offers sent by email or mail to you. So let's go over what you can receive while you're on a Princess cruise playing in the casino. Now, first thing I always talk about is get to know the most important person for you in the casino, and that is the host, and the host. The casino assistant manager and the manager are fantastic to know, but they're the ones that kind of make sure everything is going properly, okay? But the hosts are the ones that are in charge of giving you out the goodies, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you what they can give you, okay? When I am playing in the casino, okay, they can give you drinks. They can give you spa days, which you can get couples massages, facials. You can receive pedicures, manicures. You can even receive haircuts through the casino host. You got to ask them for that, and then they will check your status, your average role play, your level, and they will come back and say, hey, Mark, do you want to have this? Now, that's when I always tell you, my answer never changes. If they come up back and say to me, Mark, would you like especially dining at the Crown Grill with a bottle of wine for 2? Would you like to have a spa day? Would you like a haircut? Would you like whatever? Would you like an excursion? My answer is always the same. Yes, yes, and yes. I don't ever change my answer to the casino host because they are there to provide for you niceties while you're probably losing money in the casino, okay? And like I've told everybody before, do I win money a lot of times in the casino? Yes, but I generally lose more than I win. And that is because they didn't build these cruise ships in Vegas and Atlantic City on winners. I know I'm going to have all these professional craps players and they say, hey, Mark, I'm a professional craps player. I never lose. Really? Okay. I'm not buying all that because I play a lot of craps and blackjack. I've read every book. I've listened to every person. I've watched a lot of YouTube channels. I don't always win at craps, okay? Do I ever lose the amount of buy-in that I buy in with every night? Never. Okay? They always write me, Mark, if I buy in with $3,000 or $5,000 and I lose every single night all that $3,000 or $5,000 on a 7-day cruise, 6 days of counting, because the last day never counts, then I just lost, maybe $30,000. I always tell people, you lose $30,000 on a cruise, you need to find a new sport, start quilting, crocheting, go play ping pong, do something different, because it's not for you. But if you do lose $30,000, you're going to be getting mini suites, you're going to be getting a lot of Princess Cruise offers, but don't ever spend $30,000 chasing after, free cruises. That's ridiculous. Okay, put that filter on you. 10% of your bankroll, play, and if you have to lose 10% of your bankroll each night, that's okay. Get the heck out of there. Color up, cash in, and get out. $5,000. Put a filter of $500, maybe $700 that you're willing to lose. When you get down to that point, just get out of there. It's been a bad night. Come back the next night. Regenerate the $5,000. Okay? Never Never get buy-in with more than $5,000. They really frown upon that. I learned another lesson too. If you buy in with $5,000, they're kind of a little smug to you. Okay, I do it every single night, but I saw one guy buy in with $5,000. He watched my videos. He came and bought in with $5,000, but then he was betting $30 across the top. You know, $30 on a roll. You don't buy enough to be playing with a bazooka and come and play every roll with a water gun. Okay, you look kind of silly, and everybody on the table is sitting there looking at you and saying, really? You bought them with $5,000 and you're only betting $30? You might not be doing the pass line or the don't pass line. You're not playing odds, which I never tell people to. I say don't ever play those because you don't get comped as good. But that's a whole other video. Watch one of my other videos on that. Okay, but so the host is the one that you need to get to know right off the rip. Okay, go in, and I've told you, like in real estate, the most important thing is location, location, location. The best thing for you, and the most important thing for you in a casino is the host, the host, the host. Period. End of story. So get to know them, because I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, there has been every cruise I'm on. I have subscribers, I have good friends that I meet, that I know, that come on the cruises. And they're playing and playing and playing. One lady, she is fantastic. Her and her husband, Debbie and Dan. Okay, she's at like 22,000 points on the slot machine. That's enough generally to be getting you at least a balcony, mini suite, or suite. And she probably is going to hit 25,000 points because there's still 2 days of betting left, 3 days of cruising left. And they have never even offered her a free drink. She doesn't have the drink package. So I went up to the casino slot machine manager here, and I said to him, I said, really? This lady here is pounding out 21,000 points. She's down some money, and you guys don't even buy her drinks for her? And they said, oh, Mark, we didn't know. Really? How do you not know when you got somebody that has 21,000 points? And this cruise ship is back to the old Princess. It's older people. So there's nobody in this casino. You know, on the VIP casinos, VIP Princess Cruises is packed. You can't even get in here. There's 350 people playing in here all the time. There may be 100 people. The slot machines are wide open. Nobody's even playing on the slot machines. Most Princess Cruises, you can't even find a seat at a slot machine. It's not like this now. This is an older crowd, maybe because it was to Greenland. It was 16 days, okay? So there is no kids on here. There's really no families on here, and the average age is 110. Maybe not 110, but the average age is definitely 70. So they're not gamblers. And so it's not hard to help out those people that are throwing down money here in your casino. I've been closing down the craps table every single night, and honest to goodness, they're saying, we got 30 minutes left to play. They close down at about 1:15 every night, and there's only like 3 of us playing craps, and in the rest of the whole casino, there might be 10 people. So there's not many people on this Princess Cruise, the Caribbean Princess, playing in the casino. It's way less than the 10% of the passengers. You know, I always say that 10% of passengers ever go in the casino. So if you have 3,000 people on a cruise ship, only 300 are in there continually. The other 2,700, they're always at the shows and the comedians and the buffet line. And for this crew, because everybody's older, nobody's in the marketplace. They're all jam-packing the dining hall. You can't even get into the dining room unless you know the secret code, which I know the secret code. The secret code is grease the palm of the maitre d' and the managers in everywhere. And I always give tips to every person, every meal, period. Okay? I make money. I want to be able to share it with them. Okay? But I get in, I get my private table every single night. It doesn't matter what time I go. they got my private seat for me. They actually made a private seat. And I'm not trying to sound arrogant or pompous or anything like that. I'm just saying, if you want to cruise and have a good time, tip and take care of the people that take care of you. And don't wait. You don't need to wait in those long lines. You know, who cares if somebody says, oh, there's a big wheel, he's walking. Why is he going in front of us? I sometimes give that smart aleck answer because I can. But I'm not being smart aleck because the people that are bringing me into the dining hall know that I'm going to give them $10 or $20 every time I'm eating. So they would rather have me than some cranky old person that's just complaining, and never tipping. That's a whole different topic. We won't go into that one. But, okay. So there, I see one of my craps players back there right now. And that's Ben. And he's fantastic. Him and his wife, Olivia. They're fantastic people. And so we've been having some pretty good rolls. And we've had some really bad rolls, crappy rolls, no pun intended, on the craps table this week. So I was up about $3,000 the first few days, and now honestly I'm down about $1,200. And I'm down because I've lost my filter like 2 or 3 or 4 nights in a row, and I buy in high, so I'm losing $600 every single night. A couple nights I've won $2,500, and then I won $1,500. And then I won $1,200, but I've lost $600 at least 6 nighs, okay? And then I lost, $400 a couple other nights. So I'm right now a little bit down, maybe about $1,200, but that's not important on this video. But you got to know the host and hostess. You got to know them, and they do not come around and see you. They're not finding you. So there was this new guy, Mike, older man from Texas, and we talked, and he was always buying him with $300, and he never got squat, okay? So I told him, I said, you need to buy him with $1,000. You need to be at $50 guaranteed action on the craps table, okay? And you need to be standing there for 3, 4, 5 hours, okay? If you stand there longer, if you buy in higher, and if you have an average bet bigger, you're going to get better offers, okay? But I'm talking about the minimums to get like an interior room, because you will really be disappointed if you miss the mark and just get free play slid under your door the second to last night. So let me go over this again. Okay, so on this casino, okay, there's only like 8 of us that are there every night, and there's a couple substitute people that come in and out, okay? But there's about 8 of us that play, and each one of us bet over buy in with $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Well, this one guy, Klaus, he's to the right of the stick man. I'm always to the left of the stick man, and he buys in with about $3,000. But Klaus buys every single roll, never pass, never odds, except when they make you when you have to roll, okay? He's in at $310 every single roll. $50 on the 4, $50 on the 5, $60 on the 6, $60 on the 8, $50 on the 9, $50 on the 10. Actually, there's a couple more, $4 more on buying the 4 and the 10, but that's irrelevant. So he's in at $310. Now I can give you the strategies of how he's doing on that. He's going in his bankroll a whole lot because some of these rolls have been bad. Because if you're out $310 on right at the rip, and somebody sevens out for you, you just lost $310. But if he wins and he hits one of those numbers, then he just basically takes it down like to $150 some, half of it, and he collects back, like $70 on hitting any of those numbers besides hitting a 4 or 10. He picks up $100 instead of 70. But I'm not going to go through the semantics on that. I want to go back to the host and hostess and things like that. So Mike is brand new, buying in at a high number. So I go to tell Jonathan, Rodrika, Alma, the box people, and I say, Mike's brand new at this. Can you make sure that you rate and comp him? Because if you don't say that, and they don't notice that you buy in with 1,000, or another person comes back behind and they don't recognize that, and they don't see that he's betting about $60 to be green lined every roll. They're not going to recognize him, and he might not get the interior room or something, but he is checking all the boxes. So remember, so I want to go back to Klaus, the gentleman standing next to me with $310 out, okay? He's purple lined. There are 3 levels now in Princess, okay? There's green, which is $50 to $99. There is black, that is $100 to $249. And then there's purple, it's $250 to $500. Klaus is on purple the whole time. And here on the Caribbean Princess, I look over all the time because they have their little computers at each one of the tables, and they don't mind you seeing them. Now, some Princess cruises, they almost hide those things, put a screen over it. But here, it's right there. You can see your name, you can see the color coding that is on your name. So the casino only cares about green, black, and purple players, okay? Anything under the $50 average roll, the person that buys in with $500-$600, they don't care about them, okay? Trust me on that. You don't need to argue and say, well, no. This is how it works in generalities, okay? So Klaus is always at purple. So Klaus is in the league to be getting, he always gets mini suites and suites, he tells me. And he's really establishing the Princess Players Club. So, you know, every time, so I asked to Rodrika, she's fantastic. She was on this cruise. I was on this cruise for 60 days back in the spring out of Fort Lauderdale, and this same cruise ship. So half of the dealers and pit bosses are still here now in, when are we, August? And so I said to Rodrika, I said, after every night, I said, where am I averaging? She said, Mark, you're always at $150 average roll. Somewhere between, it depends. I'm 125, 100 to, I'm always in the black land, okay, black line. That's always balcony area, okay? But they just keep me there. So I said to her, I said, where's Mike at? Because you started creating him. She said, Mark, I got him down at about $60 to $75 a roll, so he's green line. So that's fantastic that they're tracking him. But if you don't buy in and you don't hit those boxes, they're not rating you. You may end up getting $150 in free play, $250, $300, $400, $500, $600. That's like what I call the consolation prize, okay? It's a consolation prize if you don't get a free cruise. So anyhow, so get to know the hostess. They are the most important thing. Don't be scared of them. Go tackle them. Go chase them down, and always ask them. Now, Jay says to me all the time, every time I walk by him, I'll say, Jay, he said, Mark, anything you want, ask me and get me. So I've been at Crown Grill like twice and Sabatini's a couple times. And so anything that you want, they will give you when they know that you are a player and they know that you have them on your radar, that you're watching them and they're watching you. So hopefully that answers all of your questions that you've asked about who gets better comps. Okay. Current comps while you're on the cruise is from the host. They can give you anything on that cruise ship within reason, depending on your level of play. But the Princess Players Club only gives you stuff after you get off the cruise for cruises. So till then, subscribe to my channel. You all have a really good day.